Good evening, everyone. You join us for this T20 match between the Bangalore Crowns and Baroda. I'm Mike Atherton, and with me in the commentary box...
Straightforward choice there. Good decision.
Players look ready. The umpires are in position for the first ball. The bowlers will want to focus on their line and lengths and let the ball do the rest.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here. There'll be one run here for them.
And they're away and nicely off the mark.
A new batter always likes to feel bat on ball early on as they bring a bit of energy to the crease. Drives and misses everything.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Wait on.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Didn't hit that well. Very late playing that shot.
Yep.
They'll get at least one.
Exquisitely down the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Waiting. Yup.
Just a little bit wide. Well picked up. And let the ball do all the work really, just to nudge it down towards third. Obviously didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it.
Strong appeal. The keeper seems convinced this is out. Could be worthwhile sending it to the third umpire.
Nothing picked up from the bat. This could spell trouble. How close is that? Could be the wicket. Impact outside the line. Easy decision for the third umpire. Going on to miss everything, and a valuable review is lost.
The right-arm medium bowler is coming on to bowl from the south end. It wasn't a great decision to start with. Not surprised to see the umpire's decision stand.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
Nice
Had to pull
bowling.
off the big dive to save some certain runs. Did it very well, did the keeper.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
Yep.
Well placed. Should get a single.
Yep.
Edge. Amazing delivery. A wonderful delivery to get the edge. They've got to keep hammering away at that spot time and again.
Yep.
Nice shot. Runs possible. End of the over. 5 runs coming from it. Baroda are 9 for none.
Shoulders, arms, and true to the wicketkeeper.
Good shot. It's found the gap.
Keeper.
A couple on offer here.
Waiting.
Doesn't beat the infield. Misses everything.
Well bowled.
Bit of a wild delivery. I would have been calling it wide, but the umpire didn't agree with me.
Yep.
Saw that early. No one's catching that. Great shot.
Showed good composure to wait on that slower ball and then find room to get the 4 runs. Just a fantastic shot.
Yup.
Great shot. At least 1 on offer.
Decisive running might have gotten them too. You look at that and I'd say they would have made it easily. Poor running in the end.
The over comes to an end. Not many runs coming from it. Both sides need to inject some life into this game. Hits that well, onto the back foot and cracks it away.
You could see by how it whistled away to the boundary just how sweetly this was timed.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key.
Yep.
Edge! What a ball! What else do they have in their bag of tricks? Not much seems to be working at the moment.
Yep.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying.
Bowling.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Yep.
Did well just to get it down towards third for some runs.
Wait.
10 runs added there. Baroda are 27 for none. The left-arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the north end. Beaten on the drive.
Well bowled.
Just need to settle down. The timing's off. These deliveries are there to be hit. Time for cool heads.
Wait on.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
A little late on that. No run scored.
Yep. Shit.
Lovely shot. Good seam position, but over-pitched and got what it deserved.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery. Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
Fine placement and enough timing to get that ball away to the boundary.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it and move on.
Yeah.
Big appeal.
Nice bowling.
Beautiful slower delivery, just hitting air on that one. That was just too good.
End of the over. Baroda are 36 for none. Going with spin now.
Wait there.
Straight to the fielder.
Wait. Yep.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
What a lovely shot, and it flew to the boundary. That's clearly not the type of delivery to be bowling.
Wait on. Wait. Yep, yep.
Chance to run two.
Keeper.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Stumping. Oh! It's getting to where this is becoming a problem. It's obvious it isn't out, but they appeal anyway.
The captain bringing a good balance to this field, I think.
Yep, yep. Bowlers. Yep. Bowlers end. Yep.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Wait. Yep.
4 runs added in the over. Baroda are 46 for none.
A bit of a change up in the field now.
Yep.
Immaculate timing there.
And that brings up the 50 partnership for these.
Solid partnership, 50 so far. Now it's time to really build a big score.
Yep.
A few moves made in the field.
Yep, yep.
Nice timing, good batting, won't get to the boundary.
Yep. Keeper. Yep.
Great shot.
What a lovely shot. Really good timing. Out of the middle, and it raced to the boundary.
Wait on.
Not a great delivery, got it full, and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
End of the over. 12 runs coming from it. Baroda are 58 for none. The right armour is coming on to bowl from the north end. Huge appeal.
A great innings coming to an end. Brilliant scoring. It was a very entertaining performance, but have to head back to the pavilion.
Coming to the wicket, they'll be looking to play within the V early and expand as they get settled.
Yeah.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
Well, that was a very solid shot. Read the length early to get onto the front foot, and that raced away for 4.
They shouldn't get too discouraged with that last ball. The first step as a bowler is to get the batter playing, which they've managed. If they can find the right spot, the reward will eventually come.
Well, not a great delivery. Got it full. Lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Wait on.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the 3rd dot ball.
Yep.
Gone!
Oh, yeah!
Excellent catch, close to the bat.
Well, this is a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down, really didn't get settled, and looked to be in trouble for most of the knock.
It's a long way to walk out here just to walk straight back. They'll just want to get this first one behind them and then push on.
Wait on.
Gone! It's a good catch.
A trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes down as a fail.
A lot of pressure coming to the crease. Not had the best of weeks leading up to this game and will want to show everyone their strength.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the 3rd dot.
Wait.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
What great reactions. Brilliant catch close in.
Just managed to clasp their hands around that one. Disappointment for the batter, joy for the bowler. Another wicket down, this one without scoring.
Wait there.
Quick onto that in the infield. Ease through the field. There'll be runs here. There'll be one run here for them.
That gets things going. Just nice to get settled, start to get your first runs.
Yep, yep. Wait.
Huge edge. Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting.
Wait.
Couldn't get it through the field. Baroda seem happy to take 2 runs off that over. It's a 64 for 4. Sharma, the right armour, is coming into the attack from the south end.
Catch.
Great shot.
Pushed onto the front foot and presented the full face of the bat.
That last ball isn't something you'd want to see a repeat of. You don't want to be giving easy runs away.
Yep.
Loud appeal.
Yep, yep.
Good return there, back from the deep.
Yep.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
New batter comes to the crease. Never an easy time to come in after the fall of a wicket.
Yeah.
Couldn't have played that any better. Pulled in off the boundary rope. Good fielding out there.
Easy does it. First ball and get some runs.
Yeah, yeah.
There'll be runs here.
Onto the front foot and punched it nicely. Would have hoped to find the rope.
End of the over, and again it's a good one for the bowling side. Not letting batters build any momentum. Wow, that's missed the lot. Big shout.
Wait. Yep.
Too good. Not sure anyone is going to cut that off.
Good return there, back from the deep.
Wait on.
Doesn't beat the infield. End of the over, a good one in terms of keeping the batters quiet. Just needed to take a wicket to make it an excellent one. Sharma from the south end. Misses everything.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Yeah.
Perfectly timed.
Well, that was a really solid shot. Read the length early to get onto the front foot, and that raced away for 4.
Yep.
Well placed. Should get a single.
Wait there.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
Five runs in that over. Baroda are 83 for 5. We've seen good control and spin from this bowler. Looking forward to seeing what they can do here.
Yep.
Finds the edge. Let's see if they can get the ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure.
Bad decision making. Thrown it to the wrong end and let the chance go begging.
Thick edge.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on that shot.
Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was no point chasing that.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Not a great delivery. Got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yeah.
Too full. Got what it deserved. A couple on offer here.
The third was there. They would have made it easily. They've instead opted to play it safe. Maybe a little too safe.
Well, that was another good over. You can see the frustration growing on the batters. A new bowler is coming into the attack.
The captain making some adjustments to the field here.
Getting on the drive.
Well bowled.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Wait.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
Yep.
Brilliant shot through the vacant point position. Not sure they'll cut that off.
It was short and wide, not much invitation needed, and picked off very easily.
Yeah.
A real beauty. Just times it so well.
The fielder could only pick that up off the boundary rope. Punched that away through the covers with exquisite timing.
Yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
They'll get at least one.
Exquisitely down the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
End of the over, 10 off it. Baroda are 104 for 5. The right-arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the north end. Very quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs. A wonderful delivery to get the edge. They've got to keep hammering away at that spot time and again.
Some adjustments to the field.
Yeah.
Super shot. Crying wolf is not the best approach. It'll just annoy the umpire.
Yep. Yep.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying.
Yeah. Yep.
Flew away with pace. Brilliant timing.
The batsman brings up their half century.
That shot brings up the half century. Beautiful batting display, very solid. I think this is just the start. Top class innings, been playing very nicely out there, and that brings up the half century.
Yeah.
Nice shot. Runs possible.
Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably expected more there.
Yep.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot. Good running.
Waiting.
Straight to the fielder.
Didn't hit that well. Very late playing that shot.
Drives and misses everything.
Just need to settle down. The timing's all off. These deliveries are there to be hit. Just got to keep a cool head.
Yeah.
Decisive running might have just got them 2. You look at that and I'd say they would have made it easily. Poor running in the end.
Yep, yep.
4 runs added there. Baroda are 120 for 5. Hazelwood back on now.
Pacer is coming into the attack.
Yep.
Great shot, great timing.
And that brings up the 50 partnership for these two.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key.
The captain moves the field back a bit here, trying to prevent boundaries.
Yep.
Good throw from the deep, on target.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Struck it nicely. Could go to the boundary.
Got their head right in line with the ball. A beautiful strike there, down the ground.
Wait on.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
End of the
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
The over comes to an end. Not many runs coming from it. Both sides need to inject some life into this game. The right-arm medium bowler
Wait on. Yep.
is coming into the attack from the south end.
Oh, there you go, a no ball. Maybe just trying a little too hard. Just need to get more control back.
Big edge!
Just the sort of delivery you want as a follow-up to a no ball.
Oi. Bowling. Yep. Yep.
Power and precision in that shot.
A juicy delivery like that on leg stump isn't going to be missed by this batter. They just put it away.
Oh. Well bowled. Oh. Nice bowling.
End of the over. 8 off it. Baroda are 140 for 5. And that's the end of the innings. Baroda have set a target of 141 runs.
Yes.
Hit that hard. Nailed it.
That went all the way up toward the grandstand for 4, driven away nicely.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it and move on. Off the edge. Could be 4. Just need to keep it simple. Line and length, around about off stump, and that'll force the mistake. Into the gap. Nice shot.
Bowler's end.
Nice shot.
Well, that was just textbook. Finds the space and power to lift that ball over the top, and it just keeps going.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms.
Yes.
Quick onto that in the infield. Needs to be on target.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
The team will be after a positive innings from this batter. A great opportunity to come in and put some runs on the board.
Great bowling.
Playing all their shots in that over. A very expensive over. Poor ball all the way down to the boundary. That'll go down as 5 wides. That's right off the meat of the bat.
Off the front foot, hit it with all the power and elegance of a batter right at the top of their game. Right over the top of it, nicely smothering the spin there.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Waiting. Catch.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
That's a brilliantly aggressive shot, gets onto the front foot, and it's flown over the boundary.
Yep.
Over. The Royal Challengers are 31 for none.
31 for none.
Waiting.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Well, that would have been a very risky run. The right call made in the end.
Good ball.
Not quite sure what they were trying there. Got the line completely wrong, and the wide's been called.
Right off the middle of the bat.
Well, that ball has been hit. It's flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward onto the front foot is just ridiculous.
Yep. Keeper's end.
There'll be 1 run here for them.
Well, that was just a little bit wide. Well picked up. Let the ball do all the work, really, to ease it down towards third.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
Hit that one on the up. A fabulous drive for 6.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball. But you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come.
Oh, good ball.
Confused on what that delivery was meant to be. Terrible bowling.
Got all of it, and for 6.
Those runs bring up the 50 partnership between these
The 50 comes up between this pair, and it's been a strong partnership so far. A lot of people in the dressing room will be hoping it can continue.
Catch it.
Saw that early. No one's catching that. Great shot.
Well, you sometimes just have to stop and admire batting like that. Gets onto the front foot early, well-timed, and 4 runs.
Questions will begin to be asked. Should the captain make a change? A big over that one. Too many loose deliveries.
Yep.
Time that perfectly.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was absolutely no point in chasing that.
Wait on.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Short and wide, did well to get some bat on that.
Nicely played.
That's gone a long, long way. Well and truly into the 20s now, and surely looking towards a big score.
Couldn't have played that any better.
It was in the gap, pretty much all the way along the ground to the boundary rope. Off to a good start now.
Huge shot. That's a massive shot. Just incredible.
That was a massive shot, middled, and it flew over the boundary. Brilliant stuff.
They shouldn't get too discouraged with that last ball. The first step as a bowler is to get the batter playing, which they've managed. If they can find the right spot, the reward will eventually come. A brilliant over for the batting side. Not so for the bowlers. The left-arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the north end. Caught first ball of the new over. What a disappointment.
They will receive now the warmest of receptions from this crowd for a supreme display of batting.
The field will come up now, you'd think. Pressure should definitely be on the new batter, who strides to the middle. They will be looking for another quick wicket.
That was the kind of contact you dream of. Nothing wrong with the delivery, but boy, did that get hit. Just brilliant.
Yes.
Well placed, should get a single.
Really raced between the wickets after it was clipped away nicely behind square.
A change to the complexion of this match. Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging them to drive and really attack the stumps. Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Immediately underway with some runs.
Yes.
Doesn't beat the infield. Super piece of timing.
Well, a lovely shot. Really good timing. Out of the middle, and it raced to the boundary.
Really playing all their shots that over. Really expensive. That's gone all the way, right out of the middle.
And that's the half century for this batsman.
Really good innings to bring up the half century. Impressive batting, and we'll want to push on from here.
Good bit of timing there.
Gets onto the front foot, and that shot is full of aggression. Sent high and long over the rope.
What? Yep.
Brilliant diving stop.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected. They'll have to bowl that one again. Must have only been missing by a few millimetres.
Fantastic catch.
The trudge back to the pavilion. A good start, but that's all they've managed. They did the hard work and threw it away in the end.
Wait.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot and couldn't find the gap.
Wait.
A little late on that, no runs scored.
14 runs added there. The Royal Challengers are 104 for 2. Five fielders are now able to be moved outside the circle.
Yes.
Good shot. It's found the gap.
You can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder after the boundary. Beaten on the drive.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it. That was a tremendous delivery. Fizzed through to the keeper. No more short balls this over.
Blocks that ball out of the way with the pad.
A little late on that. No run scored.
Yes.
There'll be runs here.
A little flick of the wrist to get it round the corner for an easy run.
Goes up and over for 6. That's the positive option.
Perhaps that slipped out of the hand a little during the release. Livingston didn't mind and sent it high and handsome over the boundary rope for 6.
A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball, and it'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond.
Yes.
That's an unbelievable shot into the crowd.
Managed to get onto the front foot early and just incredible power to loft that one over the boundary.
End of the over. 18 runs coming from it. The Royal Challengers are 122 for 2. Great timing, right off the meat of the bat.
That's what you pay the entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
That last ball isn't something you'd want to see a repeat of. You don't want to be giving easy runs away.
Catch it.
Absolutely nailed it.
Avoided the fielders, 1 bounce and 4. Fantastic shot.
Boundaries are flowing. They need to find a dot ball or 2 to slow things down again.
Yes.
Exquisitely down the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Oh my, that's just flown off the middle.
Just a little bit of room given. The power was immense. That has flown over the boundary.
Tried for something a bit different the last ball. The captain shouldn't mind that. If they get it right, they might just get the wicket.
Yes.
Immaculate timing there.
And that marks the end of the match. The Bangalore Crowns complete a decisive victory in this match. Thank you very much for joining us. Please remember to drive responsibly on your way home.
From the moment the openers walked onto the ground, you felt they knew it was their day. A huge win and fully deserved.
Well, that was a really one-sided contest. The result never looking in doubt at all.